What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a really good and entertaining rogue duel matchup for you guys to check out. These are my favorite type of duels, not just ones that feature rogue decks, but obviously ones that have a lot of back and forth because it becomes very difficult to tell who actually has the momentum and who is going to ultimately win the duel. We have Goki-Metalphoes at the top. You know, Goki struggle to find their footing in the competitive meta. I think that Metalphoes are one of the best archetypes that you can pair up with Gokis because obviously you can pop the Goki for your Metalphoes cards, you can search, you can pendulum summon them relatively easy, and then when the Goki cards are popped, then they can just search other Goki cards, and not only can you summon two of them at a time with Goki rematch, but you don't really need to run the Great Ogre or any of the high link monsters. You can just pretty much use them for like Mrs. Radiant, and that can open up a bunch of plays. Then down here at the bottom, we have Synchrons, and I think that, man, if you would have asked people about this deck 6 months ago, or really just any of these kind of junk doppel type decks, people thought that these decks were going to completely fall into obscurity and just we're not going to see play anymore. But, you know, Crystron Needle Fiber, man, it has opened up the door for Synchros to kind of go back into the meta, not just the Crystron archetype, but so many decks that run tuners are excited about Yu-Gi-Oh! Again because they have their Link monster that can definitely help them expand. So I'm not sure who's going to win this match. Well, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. Let's just go ahead and roll it. Opens up a Gofu, obviously a very powerful card because that is a 1-card Needle Fiber, and he's going to get Glow Bulb from the deck. He does not go for anything else. I thought maybe he would have went for Formula Synchron there because he gets to draw a card, but I think he might be saving that play for a little later. So Baboon is going to hit the board. Gold Driver is going to blow that up. He's going to get a copy of Counter and 2 more copies of Baboon. And I think he might go for a rank 3 or he might just blow him up. Let's see exactly what he's going to do. Oh, yeah. So he goes for the Invoker, which brings out a Goki from his deck, which gives him a search as he goes into the copy of Mrs. Radiant. Pendulum scales are set. Oh, okay. I thought maybe we were going to see a Pendulum Summon because he can Pendulum Summon and he would get 2 monsters from the extra deck. He used Archfiend Eccentric on his own Metalphoes card. This guy is just absolutely crazy. He is going to finally Pendulum Summon 4, excuse me, goes into Ignister. I bet you guys thought that you'd never see that out of a deck that runs Goki. Says, Globo, get out of here. He attacks into Halofiber, which is going to get Excel Synchron, but he is able to pretty much clear the board completely, and it looks like he has a huge advantage. And if we just do some card counting, guys, I mean, granted, he did start with 6 cards, but we've got 5, I count 9 cards, and that was a pretty good play if you ask me. It actually shows how to use the Gokis effectively, going into like Mrs. Radiant, getting or summoning them straight from the deck, using the Baboons to go into Invoker. Pretty smart. Let's see if the Synchron player can actually find a way back into this game. He goes Quick Draw Synchron, Quick Draw Synchro, summons Dandelion. I believe he has a Level Eater in the graveyard. Goes for Road Synchron, which you really don't see all that much. I think he's going to summon a Synchro that I had never seen before actually hit the field. Halofiber is going to come out, TG Hyper Librarian, and let me see if I can find when he's actually going to go for it. Nope, goes for Proxy Dragon. Yes, this is the one that I'm talking about, right? So I just assumed that once again he would have went in the Formula Synchron, but he goes into Celestial Double Star Shaman, and I've never seen this card actually summoned, and what it allows him to do is it allows him to get his Doppel Warrior back from the graveyard, and I was like, okay, he's gonna level eat, goes into Tatsunoko. And could we see, okay, there's a copy of a Clearwing Synchro Dragon. He is actually going to take down a decent amount of the Metalphoes field. Fighting through all of that back row might be a problem, but he is going to activate 2 copies of Counter, which gives him Bismugear and Volflame. And I was looking at his field and I was like, there's a lot of, it feels like a lot of pieces, but nothing commanding. Like he still needs that really big boss monster. And of course he needs a way of dealing with Ignister. You don't want to deal with that card, but check it. This is the crazy chain that's going to happen. He goes for Aura Hawk, goes into Formula Synchron, and he's going to draw a card. TG Hyper Librarian is threatened, but she is not going to ultimately fall because he goes into that Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Ignister is going to get negated by Blazar, and I believe he used Aura Hawk for, he popped his own Aura Hawk, popping a card on the field as well, but ultimately he's still going to be able to pendulum 3, and I think he is going to win the game there. It got kind of crazy for a second. I was like, wait, what the hell is actually going on? The part where, you know, like TG Hyper Librarian is going to draw a card and go Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit was trying to pop it. Then he changed formula. Synchron goes into Blazar Dragon. I feel like if this guy had maybe gotten another turn, I think he might have actually been able to turn that duel around, because even though Goki do have the field advantage, like he has card advantage as well, I'm not sure if he actually had a way of dealing with that Blazar Dragon, and he still had Dark Hole in his hand. But then again, I guess he does have the pendulum mechanic, and the ceiling is incredibly high whenever you're talking about pendulum. So just a nice little duel. If you guys are interested in the Goki-Metalphoe deck, or if you guys are interested in messing around with some Synchrons, of course, those will be in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos